Hi guys, so quick video on another Turo update. I hope you guys can hear me this time. I did order a mic, so definitely working on the audiovisual quality of the videos. But quick update, Turo sent out an email, which I'm sure a lot of you guys got, with some upcoming changes down the pipeline, and all these changes that were in this email is exactly what they talked about at the Turo Summit. But the one that's really been highlighted for me is the new capability of being able to respond to guest reviews, which I think is really cool. So basically the same functionality that Yelp already has. So I think that's really a nice touch that they're going to add. It doesn't exactly say when they're going to do it, but from what we heard at the summit, it sounds like it's going to be really soon and that this is something that they've been working on. So that's a really great thing. But the thing that also really stood out to me in the email, and I'm just going to kind of look at it right now just to be sure, is the part at the very end where they talked about removing low quality hosts and that you have to have a minimum standard of an 80% 5-star rating. This is really cool, and this is actually something that they didn't really mention this specifically at the summit, so it's nice to kind of have this clear guideline, and I think that this is a great move. One of the things at the summit that they focused on over and over and over again was really emphasizing having great 5-star review ratings. And I've talked about this a lot in my videos in the past and how important it is to work for your reviews, especially in this business. You know, it's just like anything else. Like even when you look for a restaurant on Yelp, or for example Airbnb, if you go on Airbnb, I mean, the first thing that you're looking at is, yeah, obviously like the accommodations that the listing offers, but you're looking at these people's reviews and if they seem like trustworthy and of good quality and for what you're looking for. So like I mentioned, some of the things that I do to make sure that I get some really great reviews is, first and foremost, talking to your guests and having that great communication at the end of each trip and just asking them how their experience was, and then just asking them for a friendly reminder to leave you a review describing their experience, obviously, especially if it was a good one. So that communication is so important with your guests, and that's the only thing that I think sometimes or always is really missing when you try to automate things and use automated messaging and things like that and are not there to meet with your guests. And of course, if you start having a lot of cards, you can't always meet with your guests, so you have to find a different way of really providing a great experience so that you can get that great 5-star feedback. Now, another thing that I've noticed a lot in my years of doing this is that as host, we are not always great about leaving feedback for our guests, especially if you have a high quantity of trips and you just constantly have a barrage of reviews that you have to leave. I've noticed that out there, a lot of hosts, I almost want to say most hosts, don't really take the time to actually write out reviews for their guests, and they usually just resort to leaving a quick star review. So you're just marking 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, or whatever it is. And it's so important for the community that you guys as hosts leave these reviews, because there's been so many times where, you know, I have people that rent from me and they have a 4-star rating or a 3-star rating, but if you go and look at their trip history and look for those reviews, there's nothing written. So sometimes people are getting these lower reviews, but you have no idea why. So you can't really figure out if it's a good rental to take or not because there's no feedback there. Another practice that I always follow when leaving reviews is I always leave in the description which car they rented. So that's, I think, a great use for other hosts if that renter rents from someone else, so you kind of know which level of cars these people have been renting, give you a good idea of the type of person that they are, the type of customer that they are. So as a community of hosts, I think that that's definitely something that everyone should really focus on doing. One is getting great 5-star reviews for yourself, and two is really taking the time to leave feedback for other renters, because that will help weed out the bad renters and help you provide a better service to the renters that are good. Last sort of tip for the day, which actually I just got done doing, is I want to talk about toll roads and parking tickets and just paying for tickets. Here where I live in Orange County, we have a lot of toll roads, and for whatever reason, people love to take these toll roads even though they're clearly told that the cars don't come with transponders, and you actually have about a week to pay tolls when you're here. So you can go online, it's super easy. It takes a minute to pay them without any violations, but for whatever reason, people oftentimes don't do it. So I really like to use that to my advantage, and one of the things that I do when paying these tolls, like this past week I just paid $1,000 in tolls, but I love doing it on some of my travel credit cards. So, you know, I usually use either the Capital One Venture card or an Amex Gold card or the Chase Sapphire Reserve, all three of my favorite travel cards. And I earn a ton of points. So I kind of just leverage out having to do that extra work of paying tolls to have it equal out to something. And with those points, I'm definitely able to travel throughout the year. I travel a bunch, usually 4 times throughout the year. So try to leverage paying these tolls and gaining those points on my rewards cards to offset some of my travel. So just sort of a bonus for having to pay these tolls and parking tickets. So just a tip of something that I do often and that I try to take advantage of instead of kind of viewing it as a pain in the butt to do, which it sometimes is, but there is a benefit to it. So sort of the silver lining. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope my volume is okay in this video. I'll have a mic soon, so hopefully that will improve the quality of the videos. Talk to you guys soon.